the Indiana Fever just walked into their matchup against the Chicago Sky. Without Caitlin Clark, and absolutely dismantled Angel Reese's squad in a game that will be remembered for years. 6 franchise and league records were shattered in the process, and Angel Reese was powerless to stop it. Today, we're breaking down exactly how the Fever pulled off one of the most dominant wins in WNBA history, the records they smashed, and what this means for the future of the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese rivalry. Buckle up. This one's going to be good. Going into this game, the storyline was simple. The Fever would be without their superstar rookie Caitlin Clark due to insert injury/rest reason, and many analysts predicted a Sky win. After all, Clark has been the face of Indiana's offense, their floor general, and the player who can turn a close game into a win with one shot. Without her, the assumption was clear. The Sky would control the tempo, Angel Reese would dominate the boards, and Chicago would get a much-needed victory. But the Fever didn't just prove everyone wrong. They embarrassed the Sky in their own building, delivering a performance so clinical, so ruthless, that it's now being called the Caitlin Clark absence game. And here's the crazy part. Caitlin wasn't even on the floor, yet she still loomed over every play. Because the Fever played like they had something to prove. The first record shattered? The largest margin of victory in Indiana Fever history ***. The final score, Fever 102, Sky 63. Think about that for a second. This isn't just a comfortable win. This is the kind of scoreline that forces your opponent to start subbing in bench players early, just to stop the bleeding. And it's not just a Fever record. It's also one of the top 10 biggest wins in WNBA history. What makes it even more insane is that the Fever did this without their leading scorer. That means their offense wasn't leaning on Clark's deep threes or her playmaking. They built this lead from team chemistry, defense, and pure hustle. The second record? Most points scored in a regulation game in Fever history. 102 points, without needing overtime. That's right. They crossed the century mark in just 4 quarters. To put that in perspective, Indiana has struggled offensively for years. Scoring over 90 was rare before Caitlin Clark arrived. But in this game, everyone was locked in. We're talking a balanced scoring attack. 5 players in double figures, with * insert key player, leading the way with 24 points. And here's a stat you'll love. The Fever shot over 54% from the field, one of their most efficient shooting nights ever. That's not just good, that's championship-level offense. While the offense was historic, the defense was just as deadly. Record number 3. Fewest points allowed in a regular season game in Fever history. They held the Chicago Sky to just 63 points. Angel Reese, who's been grabbing double-doubles like clockwork, was held to just * insert points/rebound stat. And she looked frustrated all night. Every time she touched the ball, Indiana swarmed her, forced her into tough shots, and boxed her out like their lives depended on it. The Fever's rotations were perfect. Their help defense was elite. And here's the kicker. They forced the Sky into 21 turnovers. You simply can't win games like that. Record number 4. Most three-pointers made in a single game in franchise history. The Fever hit 17 threes. That's NBA-level shooting, and it was done without Clark, their best long-range shooter. This tells you one thing. Indiana's shooters stepped up in a big way. Lexie Hull, Kelsey Mitchell, and Christy Wallace were automatic from beyond the arc. Chicago kept sagging off the perimeter, daring them to shoot, and the Fever made them pay again and again. It wasn't just volume. These were timely threes that killed any momentum Chicago tried to build. The ball movement was beautiful, quick, unselfish, and always looking for the extra pass. It's the kind of basketball that makes defenses panic, because there's no single player to shut down. And this is key. Without Caitlin Clark running the point, a lot of people thought Indiana would struggle to create offense. Instead, they proved that their system works even when their superstar is out. And finally, record number 6, largest halftime lead in franchise history. At the break, the Fever were up 58-27. That's a 31-point lead before the third quarter even started. At that point, the game was over. Chicago looked shell-shocked. Angel Reese was visibly frustrated, and the Fever bench was hyped beyond belief. You could feel the energy. They knew they were making history. Now, we've got to talk about Angel Reese. She's been one of the most polarizing rookies in the league this season, and her rivalry with Caitlin Clark has been the headline all year. But with Clark out, this was supposed to be Reese's chance to dominate the narrative. Instead, she struggled. Big time. Indiana's defense denied her post position, collapsed on her drives, and took away second-chance points by controlling the glass. By the third quarter, she looked frustrated, even visibly arguing with teammates. And here's the brutal truth. When you're a star rookie and your rival is sitting on the bench, the spotlight is all on you. But instead of seizing the moment, Reese and the Sky were completely outclassed. So, how did Indiana manage this historic performance without their biggest star? First, depth. Players like Kelsey Mitchell, Nalissa Smith, and Lexie Hull elevated their games. No one tried to be Caitlin Clark. They played their roles perfectly. Second, defensive intensity. The Fever trapped high screens, rotated quickly, and forced Chicago into bad decisions. Third, offensive balance. Instead of relying on one scorer, the Fever spread the ball, got hot from three, and kept the Sky defense scrambling all night. And lastly, mental edge. This team clearly took the no Clark, no chance narrative personally. They wanted to prove they're more than just a one-player team. This win changes everything for Indiana. It sends a message to the rest of the league. If you underestimate the Fever without Clark, you're in trouble. It also takes pressure off Caitlin Clark. Now, she doesn't have to feel like she's the sole engine of this team. Her teammates have shown they can carry the load, which will only make the Fever more dangerous when she returns. For the Sky and Angel Reese, this is a wake-up call. The WNBA is unforgiving. One bad game can flip the momentum of a season. And this wasn't just a bad game. This was a statement loss. So there you have it, 6 records shattered, one of the most dominant performances in WNBA history, and a game that proved the Indiana Fever are far from a one-woman show. The Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese rivalry just got a whole lot more interesting. And something tells me the next time these two teams meet, the Sky are going to be looking for revenge. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates.